culture reference. Sorry.
Hello, what's up, guys? Hold on a second here. I think I had an extra. There it is. Hold on, there was heard an echo in my headphones and I figured it out. Hold on, let me exit out. And that. Okay, here we go. We're still here. What's up, guys? Sorry. Let me say hi to everybody. What's up, Sam the Man, Hokies, Lexicon Hellhounds? It's nice to see you. Unchained. Oh, yes. So, if you missed it, I was over on Side Scrollers Plus about a little over an hour ago playing Chained Together with Craig, Blabs, and Kirsha. It was a lot of fun. I actually never thought I would play that game. I thought I was going to hate it, but I think it also depends on who you play it with, too. And I had a good time with those guys. So I think we're going to plan some more of those streams over there. I do have a link in the description. If you subscribe to Side Scrollers Plus using that link, it directly supports me. So, if you're interested, it's in there. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thanks. I saw you in the chat. Thanks for hanging out, Lexicon. Let's see, Mr. Tex. And also, Mr. Tex, thank you for the 99-cent super sticker. Ian, Mountain Mutt, Psychotic Mongoose, Truth Warrior, Keely Chow, GRP, Saw, Trash Talk. We talking spoilers? I don't know if I'll dive too deep into spoilers. I tried to keep for weapons, if anyone's wondering, obviously that's what's in the title. I did do a review over on Criticlist, but I kept it. It was my shortest review ever, even though I really liked the movie, because I'm like, at least over there, I didn't want to dive in too much and just like ruin anything, because it was just it was really good. The suspense. I love a good suspense thriller, and I thought Weapons really, really delivered. Let's see where. Okay, it's so short. I didn't even know I clicked on it because I usually do longer reviews. So, I'll do my best to keep it spoiler free. If I'm gonna like dive into any spoilers, I will make sure I say something ahead of time and give anybody a minute to mute, because I don't want to ruin this movie for anybody. I really enjoyed it. Daniel Steele, Spider Unlimited, Ken, Hokies. I didn't. I didn't really catch that, Hokies. I thought that maybe they were gonna lead into that, but I don't know, I guess I was just more so paying attention to the other aspects of it. And also, just so everyone knows, I am on Kick, Rumble, and YouTube. I decided that I should have this podcast over on Rumble, so Twitch will be the only one that I don't do Wicket's World on from now on. Thank you, Saw. Smallville Man, Voss, Venom Bite, Greg, I think I said hi to Greg already, but hi. No, I don't think I did. Greg McMahon, hello. Deranged Lunatic. Vid file, yes. It was over on Side Scrollers Plus. Andrew, hello. Cranberry. Yeah, that's what I mean, Daniel. I'll just give my what I thought of the movie without diving into anything, because I do think it needs to be seen. Zach Kreger is becoming one of my favorite directors in that genre, like, because that's what I like when in a good horror movie. What's up, Janky Kong Hurts? Here, let me finish saying hi to everyone, then I'll jump into it. Thanks, TXC. Donna's here. Hi, Donna. Christian Rocker, thank you so much. I tried. Okay, let's see. All right, so I guess we could jump into weapons first. So this is so you know what? Don't worry about it. Anyone that hasn't seen it yet, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. So that's the thing. It's kind of hard to give a review without spoiling. So I'm just going to, like a in-depth review. So I'm just going to say my thoughts on it and let you guys know, how, Hurts. I was so confused. Listen, I got on my phone this morning and I was like, what is this app? And then I'm like, oh, that's Mr. Beast's that's Kick. I was like, what? It confused me so much because they changed the icon to Mr. Beast's face. And I was like, when did I download this app? What is this? Um, but Daniel says, I'm so happy Jordan Peele didn't get his hands on this movie. Yeah. So this was my review over on Critic List. If you guys are over there, you give me a follow. If you're not, you should probably join Critic List. I like Critic List because it's, if you don't know what it is, it's like real reviews. You know what I mean? Like you go on Rotten Tomatoes and it's you tend to not believe a lot of the reviews on there, right? Paid, whatever you want to call it. Critic List is just people like you and me. We make accounts, we go on there, we review movies, and it's fun. I like going over there. I need to start reviewing more like older movies there. But what I do is when I rewatch something, even if it's something I've seen like a million times, I like to watch it one more time first before I'll hop over on Critic List, like right before I do a review. But anyways, I gave Weapons most excellent, which is the highest that you can go over there. And I just said it was another great Zach Cregger film. I love a good suspense thriller, and this absolutely delivered. I was hooked from the start to finish. And that was all I wanted to say because I don't want to give anything away. If you've seen Barbarian, you know that Zach Cregger does this thing where it's like he throws a little bit of comedy into it, and that's why I think I like him so much, because for horror, I like thrillers and I like, you know, like when there's a little bit of dark comedy in it, but not when it's too heavy, like where there's a serious moment, like the James Gunn humor, or I know I hate it, but the Whedon humor, Buffy's gotten blamed for this humor, but Buffy did it right. I will never stop saying that. They did it right, and then people tried to copy it and screwed it up and just it doesn't land, right? But I think Zach Cregger does dark humor really well. And he doesn't throw it in like if something very serious happens, it's not like, oh, well, gosh darn, like that silly James Gunn stuff. He doesn't do it that way. It's like where you're not ready and then like you giggle and you're like, okay, I guess I'm laughing at this part now. It's kind of the best way I can put it. So yeah, I liked it a lot. If you've seen Barbarian and if you enjoyed Barbarian, you will enjoy Weapons. Now, I wasn't ready for Barbarian. I had a couple friends tell me like, you need to watch this. It's a good thriller. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll watch it. So I watched it. I'm like, okay, this is good. Whoa, whoa. Like so many things happened in that movie that you weren't suspecting. And that's what I love, because that's what an actual good thriller is supposed to do for you, right? You're not supposed to, like, nobody's supposed to be safe. If there's a big star in the movie and they die like 5 minutes in, which spoilers for Barbarian, that kind of happened, I guess. But when you don't think something's going to happen like that and it happens, that to me makes a very good thriller. And Zach Cregger delivers on that heavily in both movies. So if you haven't seen Weapons, I highly suggest giving it a watch. I'm probably going to buy it when it comes out. I want to support it. Trash Talk said definitely, please, nobody was ready for Barbarian. Like, okay, so Barbarian's the kind of movie where you don't need to watch it more than once. Like, I'm sure it's got a following where people will continue to keep watching it, but like once was enough for me, but that's not a bad thing. Like, I know the story. I know what happens now. So it's kind of like The Sixth Sense, right? That wasn't a bad movie, but once you know what happens in The Sixth Sense, you're not really compelled to watch again. Maybe you are, but like me personally, no. So that's what I mean when I say like Barbarian. I don't need to watch it again. But if you haven't watched it and you like getting scared but like thriller and just you don't know what you walked into, then Barbarian's the movie for you. And same with Weapons. I think Weapons definitely was not as like, oh my god, as Barbarian, but it was really well done. I give this man props for, kind of, I don't know. So you guys know, if you've been here a while, my take on horror movies and all that. I don't like gore for just like the sake of gore without any substance. And that's why I don't like get ready to throw your tomatoes at me is fine. I don't like Terrifier. So I will not watch the second or third one because I did not like the first one. I'm just not interested. And I know it's very popular. So listen, I said what I said, okay? I'm not into it. But this is my type of horror movie because it's a good story. It keeps you guessing. And like throughout the movie, I'm sitting there like, oh, this is probably what's happening, this, and that, and then it ends up being something totally different. I love when that happens, when I don't actually guess what's happening in a movie. And I did not guess what was about to happen in Weapons. Okay. So, yes. Long story short, I'm yapping and babbling. Weapons, go see it if you like a good thriller with a good story, and I'll just leave it at that. And speaking of Zach Kreger, whoops, hello. He is gonna be working on I'm pumped for this. When I found out that he was gonna be doing this. Oh, wait, hold on real quick. We're still talking about weapons, hold on. I'm going too fast. Um, so Weapons is Carrie Christopher's first major starring film role. At just 9 years old, he's already an Emmy nominee. That's impressive. He did a good job. So, okay, I'll say um oh, and next up, he's gonna be in Spider Noir, which awesome, and Lanterns. So, yeah, I think he did a great job. I'm not really excited for Lanterns, but Spider Noir, I'm actually pretty excited for that one. This little boy, he did a fantastic job. Like, he's only 9 years old. So I'm gonna compare it to a scene, just one scene because I like Alex Vincent, met him a couple of times, he's from Chucky, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. There was the scene in Chucky, and it's really sad actually how they got him to do this. Like, I forgot exactly what it was that the director said to Alex Vincent as a kid though, but it's the second one where he's like in the psych ward or whatever, Andy, and like he looks and sees that Chucky's coming in and he starts crying and he's like, he's gonna kill me, and he's like really crying heavily, and you're like, oh my gosh, a poor kid, and you feel so bad. It was good acting, but they scared him to get him to do that, right? So this kid delivered like that kind of a performance, not just like with the crying and stuff, but like just such a believable performance throughout this whole movie. It was just fantastic. This kid, great. He deserves an Emmy for sure. So yeah, that's the only thing I can think of comparing it to without giving spoilers of the actual movie. So, um, if you guys go see it, please go on Critic List and review it, and let me know if you did, so I can see and check out your guys' thoughts. But staying on the Zach Kreger stuff here. Austin Abrams is now confirmed to star in Zach Kreger's Resident Evil film. He says, he's my guy. We have an amazing thing together. Another great actor. Another great actor in Weapons. This guy, like, it's like, without giving anything away, it's like you root for him for a second, then you're like, "Ugh, piece of crap," then you're rooting for him again. Like, this guy did a good job. So this got me hooked so much. Like, I am like all in for Zach Kreger right now. Like, I hope he continues to just write good stuff. He says that Resident Evil, so this means that we're probably finally going to get like a Resident Evil film that is like the games. I haven't seen the other Resident Evil movies. I will eventually. I actually own them now. I was gifted them. I'm going to watch them, but I've been told forever it has nothing to do with the games. But like the first one, second one are just kind of like fun movies, but nothing to do with the actual Resident Evil games. So this is what Zach is saying about his Resident Evil film. It's a rock'em sock'em Evil Dead 2 style film. He's got me there. He's got me right there. I'm so for that. And the fact that he does such a good job with the last two movies that he came out with, or at least the last two that I've seen. Oh, a love letter to the games. Thank you, Zach. Real time foot journey where you go deeper and deeper into the depths of hell. Now that's scary, but yeah. What's up, Mo? Is he playing Jill? I don't think so. Hi, Dana. Um, what's up, Brisket? So let's see. I think there was. Okay, so this is what Zach Kreger said, I guess, about Resident Evil. This is a story that I would have wanted to write whether I got the IP or not. I just happen to be able to have these Resident Evil people be down. So I get to play in that sandbox. I'm doing it because I think this movie is going to be effing awesome. I'm really excited for this. I feel like this is the perfect director to get his hands on Resident Evil. However, I'm gonna stay excited because I actually really like Zach Kreger. Like, I'm not gonna be cautiously optimistic. I'm full in right now, and I'll just be absolutely disappointed if the films aren't good. He says it's a love letter to the games, which gives me hope that it's gonna be, Jill, Leon, Claire, Chris, the people that we wanna see, but I don't know. He might since he said, like, he would have made this movie without, having it be a Resident Evil film, that makes me wonder, like, what story he's gonna tell. I just hope listen, tell a whole different story if you want, but just please have the characters in it. I want Jill and Leon and all of them. Like, I wanna see that so bad. The was it Death Island one? I think that's what it's called. The animated one that came out, it's on Netflix. It was actually really good. I would have loved to see that as a game. It had all of them together, and watching the movie, it felt like it could like, maybe they were in talks to make it, a game, but instead we got the animated movie, which was fine, it was fine. But I'm really hyped for this. Um, so, like, just right there, it's a love letter to the games. We'll see. I think it's gonna be a good story. People enjoyed the other Resident Evil movies, and they had absolutely nothing to do with the games. Well, at least, like, the first 2. I haven't seen them, so I can't judge that. Um, I think Zach Kreger is gonna do a good job. I think he's gonna give us a really awesome Resident Evil movie, so we will be on the lookout for that. I don't know anything else there's nothing else has been said about it, so we're just gonna have to, wait and see. A2's here. Hi, A2. Uh, Resident Evil should be the easiest game to movie adaptation. You're right. It should. It should. Let's see. Mr. Tex, I think I already said thank you for the 99-cent super sticker, but thank you. Duppy's been a member for 18 months. Thank you. You never spoil anything, Wicked. Oh, I try my best. I try. Thank you for almost a few months away from 2 years there, Duppy. Thank you. And Greg the Goblin for 10. Thank you, Greg. Where do I find a P.O. box? Okay, so right now, since I moved, I never set one up, but the capable gentleman has been nice enough to allow people to send stuff to him, and then he eventually gets it to me. Like, shout out Wiley, because Wiley's been sending stuff to him to give to me. So I can, let's see. Um, I'll put it in the chat for you in just 1 second, Greg. I gotcha. Um, I have a top 100 80s movies list on Critic List. Do you, Jose? That's awesome. Oh, did you already answer him, Hokies? Did you already send it? Yeah, and Greg, it'll get to me. He'll put it. He always puts it aside for me and gets it to me. I do need to open one up though. I will soon. And Hoagie's got it. There you go. Let me know if you need anything else, Greg. But yeah, don't worry. He's very. I mean, he's capable gentleman, but he's very capable of getting my packages to me. um, let's see. And I did miss what happened over here. Oh, Mongoose, thank you. Yeah, I have to pull up the Kick chat for like subs and stuff because it doesn't show. Um, Mongoose has been, oh wow, subscribed over on Kick for 25 months, over 2 years. Mongoose, hold on a second. Hold on.
Groovy.
Thank you. And let's see. Hold on a second. Kick is showing up on here, I think. Let me see. Oh, let's see. I see Rumble. Because I want to highlight. I see your guys' comments. Huh. I had an issue. Kick like disconnected and I had to reconnect it. So here, let me go over on Kick and say hi to you guys. I'm so sorry. I think it was. Maybe there was a delay. Because I remember seeing, I think I saw a Smallville man over there. I see Buster Voodoo. Hold on. I was yapping for a good minute. So that could also be why I didn't see the Kick stuff. Yeah. I saw a couple people from Kick, but now oh, I see Mongoose. What's up, Power Keg Greg? Sorry, and Cranberry. Sorry if I missed stuff. But here, let me go over at Kick and say hello. Ken Buster Voodoo says gore porn is lame, but Terrifier was tongue in cheek, so I liked it. Now, see, I know a lot of people that like Terrifier, but it just wasn't for me. But I mean, clearly it's very popular because there's going to be a Terrifier house at Halloween Horror Nights this year. So Buster also says no glasses wicked equals hot AF. Also glasses wicked equals hot AF. Thank you. Yeah, sometimes I need a break from the glasses, especially when I have to drive around and do a bunch of errands and I got to wear sunglasses. So thank you. I appreciate that. Uh Oh, don't worry, Donna. Listen, most of the time I'm on my phone when I'm in other people's chats, and it's very hard to at everyone, so that's why I do a collective hello when pop into friends' chats and say hello. So, yeah. You don't gotta apologize. What's up, Brimstone? Gas station burrito? Thanks, TXC. I appreciate that. Dana does stuff says, I wish I could go without glasses, but only when I sleep or shower. Well, I have contacts and I'm blind, so I had to have contacts or glasses in. So when you see me like randomly blinking, it's because my contacts are starting to get dry. All right, let's see. What else? What else? I think that was it on that. So yes, excited for Resident Evil. Weapons was great. Go see it. It's probably, I mean, movies come to streaming so fast these days. I mean, Fantastic Four is already on Hulu. I don't know if you need to rent it. I don't know if Hulu does that because I just got Hulu back to watch King of the Hill and Aliens Earth. So, and I'm glad I did. I'm looking around and I'm like, there's a lot of stuff on here. Like I seen the Freakier Friday, which I thought, I mean, I think that's been out for a bit. But Fantastic Four, that seemed pretty fast. And then isn't Superman coming out like tomorrow to stream? Yeah. Dana tried contacts, could never get used to them. Yeah, it takes some time, for sure. I didn't wear contacts for most of my life. I just started, like, within the last 5 years or so. Um, but I'll briefly touch on Alien. Again, no spoilers. I only watched the first episode. I'm gonna watch the second one tonight or tomorrow because on Saucy on Saturday, we're gonna be talking about Aliens, Nobody 2, which I'm gonna go see that tomorrow. So I'll just briefly touch on this. This person is either engagement farming or they're an idiot. Maybe it's a little bit of both. But I've seen this circulating and I'm like, what? So this weirdo, Sarah Clements says the Alien franchise has always been about the body, its boundaries, its vulnerabilities, its transformations. Alien Earth reframes this through a sharp, queer-coded lens. What does that even mean? Like I can't keep up with these terms and stuff. I just can't. And I don't want to. All right. That's what Saucy's for. Disparu explains these things to us. A haunting fusion of sci-fi, corporate dystopia, and Peter Pan references. My review. I ain't clicking on that link. Um, so that's a lot to digest. I would be exhausted. How are these people like how do they wake up and just like not be tired? I I don't get that. Like imagine living your life that way to where your mind just constantly goes to that. Like it's boring, tiring, stupid. It I listen, I look at Alien as a sci-fi horror movie. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I need to think deeper into this, but it's I just think this person's odd. But yes, there is I like the Peter Pan references. I'm not gonna dive too deep into this for anyone that didn't get a chance to watch it, but there is like some heavy Peter Pan references in the first episode. I'm sure the second and all that they have that too. But again, I've only watched the first one and I liked it. The aesthetic, great. Like as soon as it started, I was like, whoa, I'm watching Aliens too. Like the ship, everything was so I love when they take the time to do that. I love it. So, yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. I'm seeing mixed reviews, but me personally, my favorite out of all of the all of the movies is Aliens, the second one, and then the first one, be second for me. 3 was 4 4 was a doozy. Um, but yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Let's see what they do with it. What's up, Wiley? Okay, looks like Kick is finally catching up. Isom Impact, hello. Deconstruct, hello. I know, queer coded lens. These people are just making crap up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with that. It's If this is Sarah Clemens 2.0, Sarah 1.0 must have been a dude. Oh. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Hold on. We had another. Oh, Herschel's has been, wow, 29 months. I think Herschel's has the longest sub over on Kick. I used to play piano by ear, but now I use my hands. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I feel like this is what chat wants for dad jokes, even though that one made me giggle. Where is it?
Move this man!
Sorry, Herschel, but that's chat whenever anyone says a dad joke. You know this. But thank you so much. Wow, almost 30 months. That's crazy. Um, so yeah, so far I like Alien Earth, but I'm only on episode 1, so I'll let you guys know on Saturday what I think of episode 2. I'm gonna talk with the Saucy Squad about it, and we have a guest coming this Saturday. I know it's been a while. I don't know when our last guest was. We just kind of do them whenever, like, hey, you want to come on? Cool, let's do it. That's how we roll over on Saucy these days. Grim Hollywood says interesting to have a new Resident Evil movie with Mila Jovovich, or is she gonna? I don't know. I'm thinking not, because he says this is gonna be a love letter to the games, so I don't think it's gonna have anything to do with the other Resident Evil movies. So we'll see. Ian, hold on. Ian so forth for 50 pounds. Thank you, Ian. Oi, wicked. I've deliberately queer coded the color of this chat. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Here. You know what?
That's so messed up. That's messed up.
I haven't played that J clip in a while. Thanks for giving me a reason, Ian. Also, hello. Thank you for the pink. Spider Unlimited has been a member for 3 months. You're all in on Krieger's movies, and I'm all in on Egger's movies. I don't get it, Spider. Is it just a joke on the? I'm sorry. I don't. You guys know I'm half retarded, okay? So you may have to explain what the. Oh, you mean like no, that's Ebert, and he's dead. Hold on, I gotta look up Eggers. Who is that? Robert Eggers? Are you talking about? Oh, the filmmaker. See, okay, sorry, I ruined the joke. Throw tomatoes at me, chat. I get it now. I had to look it up. I'm sorry. He's like, thanks. I'm never sending you a super chat ever again, dummy. I'm just kidding. What's up, Mark? And that's the good half. Exactly. Oh, he was Nosferatu. Okay, I still haven't seen that. I gotta watch that. Maybe that's why I didn't remember who he was, because I haven't seen that movie yet. Sorry, Spider. Chris Nicholson for 5. I've never liked when things were described as coded. It's mostly another word for stereotyping and just trope ifs universal human experiences. Yeah. Tropifies. Wow. See, it takes me a second. Tropifies universal human experiences. Yeah, it's weird, man. Listen. The alien movies and shows, they're just sci-fi horror, okay? There, that's it. Sorry to ruin your lives, people that wanted it to be queer coded. It's not, okay? It's not. Let me check and make sure I didn't miss any, like, because the one thing about on StreamYards, like the chats always go through, right? Like I see super chats, it highlights them and tells me when I have a super chat, but on Rumble and on Kick, it just sends the chats through regularly. So I can't see if it was, yeah. And Hokies gifted 5 memberships. Hokies, thank you so much. Hold on. I almost missed it. I forget because I used to always have like a guest and I could just, it was easier. But thank you so much, Hokies. Yeah, Jose Taco, we've talked about it for the last few weeks. We don't do it on Sunday anymore. It's mostly gonna be on Thursdays, but it had to get canceled this Thursday. So it's gonna be moved around. I told them, you get busy, it's totally fine. especially because it's a gaming stream. That makes it a bit easier to move around if we need to. Podcasts generally like to stay on the same day, but yeah. So yeah, it's mostly going to be on Thursdays, but we're actually not going to have one tonight, unfortunately. Um, Lexicon Hellhound for 2. Queer coded isn't as bad as queer coded. You know what? I think you're right. Sorry, Mongoose. It's all right. Listen, you're always here, so don't worry about it. You're a busy little mongoose. I mean, I just went on Hulu, and it looks like Hulu. What they have is a documentary on the making of Fantastic Four. Oh, thanks, GRP. See, I thought that it was weird that I'm like, isn't it still in theaters right now? Okay, well that makes sense. It probably will be for stream like by September because they do it so fast. But okay, good to know. I was super confused by that. Well, I'm not on OBS. I'm on StreamYards. But yeah, OBS, that would be nice too if they updated all that. They just do the YouTube side pretty much. What's up, Aramis? I know I haven't seen you forever. I just reviewed it in the beginning of the show, Mark, with no spoilers. I really liked it. I thought it was a great suspense thriller, and I highly suggest everyone go see it if you like that. Yeah. And I gave it most excellent over on Critic List. So before we hop off the Alien Earth talk here, Alien Earth is tied with Aliens as the highest rated title in the Alien universe with 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not that that really matters, but that's a pretty high score, I guess. Tied with Aliens? I don't know. I mean, I've only watched the first episode, but I mean, come on. Sigourney Weaver, Aliens is iconic. That's always going to be that's always going to be top tier for me. So I don't agree with this. I get. Oh, you saw it, Greg? I hope you liked it. I did. I thought it was really good. That's like I said. That is 100% my type of horror films, a thriller. What's up, Karen? It's odd to rate as high as Alien. Something's not right. Yeah. Well, let's see. Hold on a second. I think I have to log back into Critic List. Hold on. I don't know why it logs me out. Yeah. Hold on. One moment, please. Okay. I want to see what and don't worry. Another good thing, Critic List puts the blares out, you know, if you have spoilers, it blurs it out, which is great. Alien Earth. I don't want to review it yet. I kind of want to wait until I watch the whole series. You know, there's a few. Oh, there's no verdict yet because only 8 people have voted on it. Well, I don't want to highlight it because some people put like kind of spoilers without blurring it. But let's see. I see a heinous, decent, bogus, decent, rad. I would say rad. So far, that's where I would put Alien Earth. But like, it's been very mixed. It's going to be another Superman thing where it's like people are completely split down the middle on it. I don't know. But what I will tell you, the actual reason I got Hulu back was for King of the Hill because I loved King of the Hill growing up. Hulu's King of the Hill revival premiere reached 4.4 million views in its first 7 days of streaming, which makes it the most watched adult animated season premiere across Hulu and Disney Plus in 5 years. Not surprised on that because, I mean, come on, the stuff that Disney's been pushing out in the last 5 years, but it is good. It is really good. I won't spoil anything for anybody, but it's really funny. It takes, you know, if you have kept up with what they did with the story, the Hill family. Oh yeah, Mike Judge is still heavily involved in it, which I had high hopes for this because the Beavis and Butthead was good. So the Hill family moves away from Texas for 10 years because Hank takes a job in Saudi Arabia where it's like I think it's like an oil job or something. and he makes a lot of money, and they live in this like beautiful 50s America style town, and they're rich over there. They're like living it up. And they decide to come home back to Texas. And Hank, Hank is like a conservative blue collar man, right? So I think it was at the airport. He has to use the restroom and he sees like an all genders thing. And he's just like, what does that mean? Peggy, are we all gender? What does that mean? Like he just does not know what's going on with modern times in America at this moment. So it's kind of that, him catching up with that. Bobby's grown up. They brought back everybody. I wasn't sure if, because quite a few actors from like the voice actors passed away. Brittany Murphy was Luann. She passed away. The voice actor, I forget his name for Dale, recently passed away. Um, let's see, John Redcorn, Lucky, who was Tom Petty. Lucky was Luann's husband. So a lot of the actors passed away. I wasn't sure if they were going to bring Dale and John Redcorn back, but they did. John Redcorn kind of sounds he sounds the same. The person they got for him, good. But Dale, I will say, he sounds a bit too robotic. Like I know Dale kind of always sounded that way, but they didn't. They didn't do a good replacement for Dale. Like, I guess I'm glad he's still in the show, right? Dale was a big part of the show. It'd be kind of weird if he wasn't in it. But so yeah, they're still in the show. They don't even, as far I didn't finish it yet. But Luann and Lucky aren't in the show, and they're not gonna be in the show. I decided to look it up because I'm like, what are they gonna like bring them up, pay homage at all? Because Tom Petty and Brittany Murphy have both passed away. And they'd said that they aren't bringing them back. They're not gonna replace their voice actors, and they're just gonna let the characters rest, because they had their conclusion when the series ended, and it was a good end for the characters. To pay respect to the voice actors, to Brittany Murphy and Tom Petty. So they're not going to be back. But so far, I like it. I think I just finished episode 5. It's good. It's good. Yeah, Tom Petty, the singer, was a voice actor in this. Yeah, Lexicon. Yes. Uh, who doesn't? Does Dale? Oh, they could have said Dale had throat cancer, so his voice was messed up. Yeah, something like that. It's weird because it's like the person they got. It's like you can hear Dale a tiny bit, but um, like I said, it's like too robotic. I don't know how else to explain it. Like the person's almost trying too hard to sound like Dale, if that makes sense. But oh yeah, Tom Petty passed away in 2017, I think, or like 2018. It's been a few years. He did like his cigarettes. You're right. It's true. Hi, Dan. Dan, I got a bunch of new 64 games that I'm going to be streaming. I can't wait. Shout out Wiley Dave. Thank you so much. Glad to hear King of the Hill is still great. Yeah, I had faith in it because, they brought back. Do I have something playing? No. Okay, that's just somebody outside. Okay. Actually, it's really hot outside, so it might be the cicadas like just freaking out. It's like 100 degrees right now. It's very hot in Florida right now. Dan, I needed you to have my back. People are like, why don't you just do emulators? And I'm like, because I don't want to. And they're like, oh, you got the Dan bug. And I'm like, yeah. I like playing them. Like it's different, especially with 64. The controller it's hard to emulate that. Like I tried even on the Wii U years ago. I tried playing Donkey Kong 64 on the Wii U because they released it on there for some reason, but not the Switch. And it just didn't work out. And I have to mess with the Super Nintendo so I can try to play. I have quite a few Super Nintendo games as well. I think I just have to clean it out. That's what I think. So I'll get to it. But right now I'm all in on the 64. I'm very excited. Jonah Hex, I'm not sure. I hope not. Is that Aaron going to become a hurricane for Florida? I've been paying attention, and it seems like right now it isn't going to hit. So Prayers, please. I hope it doesn't. Um, Emulators are fine for normies, but nothing replaces the original experience. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. I wish you would have been in my chat the other day. I had to yell at some Gen Z crybaby who was I think it was over on Kick. They were like, first off, they told me to stop talking so much, and I was like, don't tell me what to do. And then and then they're like, why do you play old games? I can't watch these graphics. And I was like, go watch Fortnite, little boy. Okay. Just go do something else. Get out of my chat. Dan doesn't have bugs. Sorry, Dan. Like he needs more rumors to go around. That's not what I meant. I mean, I didn't say it. I forgot who said it to me. Maybe it was just Peru. I don't know. Um, what am I missing over here? Greg. uh, yeah, by Saturday it's supposed to clear off here. Yeah, I'm paying attention to it. No, the Dan bug just means you like to play retro games. Hokies is for Wicked is different. She's played them as a kid. For Dan, Brazil just got them. Oh. Technically, you get an N64 controller to USB. I think I had something like that, but it does not beat this. I have this sitting right here still. I love looking at this thing, my Jungle Green controller. And, hopefully, like I said, soon I will get more Super Nintendo games going. And I'm pretty sure it just has to be cleaned out. Like, shout out to Ian for sending me that. I'm pretty sure he said it sat just like collecting dust at his house forever. And then he sent it to me and I played a little bit, but I was getting ready to move. So I packed it up and then it sat and just collected more dust. So I'm pretty sure that's all that needs to happen. And I also had to mess with my retro tank a little bit. I looked into it and found that certain parts, like I have to make sure it's sitting a certain way or it could get loose. And I figured it out. So we will try with the Super Nintendo again. Hold on. I'm just going to show off 2 of the games since Dan's here. Dan says the Dan bug is retro games and diarrhea. Thanks, Dan. It's not a conversation with Dan unless he brings up poop. So this one, I can't wait to play. There's a couple more, but I'm only showing you guys these 2. Perfect Dark. I have not played this since it came out. And I don't even think I had this. I'm pretty sure I borrowed it from my cousin or we rented it. And shout out Wiley, he sent me 2. He sent me one in the original case too, which I will never open up. It's going to stay safe forever. But this game, I can't wait to show you guys, play this with you guys like on stream because I've never played this one. I never played the Spider-Man for 64. It's probably hilarious and I can't wait. There's a couple more, but you guys are just going to have to wait. We'll talk about it another time. Spoiler alert, Banjo-Kazooie is in there. Everyone who's been saying that. So thank you so much, Wiley, for sending those. I can't wait to have more retro streams. I'm kind of surprised at how fast I'm going through Donkey Kong 64 already, though. Because I remember as a kid, it was like, I don't know, man. It probably took me a year to beat that thing. You know what, Dengar? I don't got time for you and your shenanigans today, sir. Hold on. Actually, hold on.
Boo this man!
You deserve a boo, sir. What's up, Westward Smile? Hold on. Ocarina in the mail tomorrow. Love Banjo too. Thank you, Greg. See, we got another one. You guys are so nice. You guys are too good to me. Thank you. I can't wait. Thanks, Mom. Oh my God, Blitz. That's one of the only football games that I've actually played. My cousin used to have it, and I used to actually like playing that game. Yeah. Maybe I should try to get Blitz, huh? That's that one. Dan says there are N64 profiles for the retro tank made by autistic nerds to make it look just perfect that you can download. Seriously? N64 profiles? Okay, these are autistic nerds. It's true though. They pay more attention. So, my favorite 64 game is Pilot Wings. What's up? This still always looks so weird to me. Michael Doberman. I will believe Wicked plays games when she streams Chrono Trigger. Well, someday maybe. I'll think about it. Also, Stephen John's been a member for 2 months. Thank you. Excuse me, but Hank Hill sells propane and propane accessories. Yeah, well, I know, but he was doing other things in Saudi Arabia. Maybe it was propane related. I don't know. I don't know. Um, there is a really funny episode though, without I know you guys are gonna get mad, like, "Oh gosh, spoiler," because this might have been in, like, the trailer. But Bobby owns a restaurant, and it's like a it's a Japanese German mashup, but it's, like, very popular. Um, and Hank, he comes, he's like, "I wanna see your restaurant." He comes in for dinner, and he's, like, talking about this just propane thing that he told him to get, like a propane grill, but, like, for inside with all these extra little things that, Hank Hill knows is propane, and Bobby doesn't use propane. He uses these special, he uses these special, like, charcoal things that are like, Japanese ones, and he didn't wanna tell his dad. His dad didn't even wanna eat the food. He was so mad. Dan says, "Chrono Trigger is my 6th favorite game of all time." I love that Dan has, like, his list, and he's like, "It's in this order." I've never played that game, Dan, so maybe I should get it so that I can play it. Oh, no, is that why you changed the name? Your pupper's passed? I'm so sorry to hear that. You didn't have to super chat. Rest in peace, Lucifer, she was the best girl. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you lost your pup. Let's put, some roses in the chat for Michael Doberman that just passed away, Lucifer. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's really, really rough losing our fur babies. Um, there you go. Thank you. Thank you guys for putting roses in the chat. Aw. Yeah, that's never easy. Uh, uh, Mario Kart 64 ahead of its time. I have that one too. Thank you, Wiley. Greg says, "I admit I never finished Chrono." Well, maybe I'll have to get it and stream it, and then you can live, vicariously through me. Thank you guys. Look at this chat giving Michael Doberman all the love. Aw. Yeah, it's rough. It's been a few years. I haven't had a dog in a while. Um, but yeah, it's always heartbreaking. Okay, let me make sure since some of the stuff doesn't pop up there. Okay. So, all right, yeah, King of the Hill. It's good. If you grew up liking King of the Hill, check it out. I think it's great so far, and I think it's gonna stay that way. Oh, hold on. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans. Here, we'll try to brighten everyone's mood and Michael Doberman's mood. I don't know if you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, but maybe this will. The live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the last Ronin movie, is still in the works. The film will be R-rated. What do you guys think of that? An R-rated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Do you think they're gonna go? I'm getting like Deadpool vibes from this. You know what I mean? I mean Deadpool. There's fans. So, I don't know. This could be very good, or it could be like what Steven John just said, it could end up being very weird. Because I don't think, like, adult content when I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But then again, all the '80s kids that grew up loving, the Ninja Turtles are all adults now, so maybe they would appreciate a R-rated film. I'm not the person to ask because 'cause I'm not a fan, but I'm not, like, a huge fan, right? Like, I like Michelangelo, he's funny. Uh, I've seen the Michael Bay movie. It was okay. I did not watch what's his name, Seth Rogen's, and I won't because it just looks stupid. Um, you never watched a GRP? Hmm. The first one was already dark in the OG comics. Oh, okay. So the last Ronin, I've heard about it, but I don't know about it like fully. If they do Ronin storyline, it should be R-rated. Okay. So I've never read any of the Ronin comic. I've never read a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic at all, to be honest, but okay. So I'm guessing that fans are gonna be excited about this then. It's cool. I'll check it out. It might be good. Iris says, "Didn't Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle start as an underground cartoon? I thought I remember it being advertised in the back of Dragon magazine." I don't know. Possibly. I'm not a Ninja Turtle expert, so I couldn't answer that. But interesting. Thought I would just bring that up and see what you guys thought. I know, like, growing up, my brother had a bunch of Ninja Turtle stuff. I feel like, of course, 90s kids and probably 2000s kids do still like Ninja Turtles, but I think the 80s boys in the 80s, that was their thing. They loved it. So they will probably really enjoy it. Uh, what's this? That's comic book new, not comic book. All right. Oh, this one. Thanks for this, Ian. Ian actually tweeted this one out, and I didn't know about this. Any Uncharted fans in here? So, rumor says Uncharted 5 is in development at Naughty Dog and will feature Cassie and Sam Drake and will be helmed by the co-director of Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, Sean SK. I don't know. Maybe the G is silent, or it's gonna be silent for me because I don't know how to pronounce that. What do you guys think of this? So I agree with what Ian says here. Lost Legacy proved that if it isn't about Nate, it isn't Uncharted. I agree with that because I totally forgot about Lost Legacy. I played all of them and I forgot about it, and I was like, oh yeah, that existed after I seen Ian's tweet. So in my opinion, he's right. Um, It Uncharted is Nathan Drake. It's like doing a Mario game without Mario, you know? It doesn't make sense. I love the Uncharted games. So, and also, oh yeah, cash grab for sure. Um, yeah, no, I don't think this is gonna do well. I don't. Thank you, Karen. Yeah, you know what? I want to shine light real quick. We'll pause on the Uncharted talk for 1 second. Um, I posted the Hulk Hogan. I went to Hogan's Beach Shop, just a little short I put together because I wanted to do a video, but I didn't realize that the beach shop in Florida was so small. It's the other one in Clearwater that is larger, and I think there's like an attached restaurant or bar or something that I would love to go and do a full video over there. But I did a little short at Hogan's Beach Shop, and it like blew up in a good way, and I loved seeing that. There was, like, 1 or 2 idiots that said something stupid, but for the most part, I'm getting so many people over there. Like, I think I got, like, 100 subs from that. I'm like, "What?" So Wicked Manja is very close to 1K. Thanks Hulk Hogan. Like, I did it just as, like, paying homage to him. Like, I loved the store, and I just wanted to throw up a little short. Didn't think anything of it, and then I look at my channel the other day, and I was like, hello? So, just, wanted to pop that. Thank you, Karen. It's we're doing well over there, so I need to start doing some more lives over there so we can get that channel going again. But yeah, if you haven't checked that out, that short, I loved it, but I post a lot of shorts that I love that sometimes just, like, barely gets anything. With that, like, popped off. I'll pull it up in a minute. I'm gonna have to mute it, though, because I'll get in trouble for the music. But yes, sorry, digressed. Back over to Uncharted 5. I don't want it. I'm good. If you're not gonna give me Nathan Drake, you already gave me the frickin' Uncharted movie that we didn't need with Tom Holland. Like, that movie would have been okay if it wouldn't have been Uncharted. If they would have taken that movie and just made, um, Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland just did, like, an action buddy action movie together, cool, fine. Would have been totally whatever, like, "Oh, it's a decent movie," I think is what people would have said. But because they attached Uncharted to it, it was like, "Come on, that was not Uncharted." Okay? Tom Holland is not Nathan Drake, okay? Nathan Drake is good looking. Tom Holland looks like a baby. I'm not saying Tom Holland's ugly. I don't think he's ugly, but I'm gonna forever see like a 16-year-old with him. I just can't help it. He's got the baby face, you know? I can't look at him and be like, "Rugged man," you know? You guys know what I'm saying. So, yep, no thank you, Uncharted 5. Naughty Dog, I don't trust you at all anymore after you ruined The Last of Us. S that sucks too. I grew up with Naughty Dog, Crash Bandicoot, the Uncharted games. and Last of Us 1 was just so good. I wish they just wouldn't have made a second one. Just leave it. New Squalor, yes, I agree with that. The Nathan Fillion Uncharted trailer had more hope in it. I wish they would have done an Uncharted with Nathan Fillion years ago. I know he's too old now to play, young Nathan Drake, but man, in his prime, he would have crushed it. I never played that. Wait, actually, Infamous, Aramis. I've played a little of it, I think, on the PS3, I wanna say, but I never finished it, and it was, like, a very, like, not a lot, like, probably about 30 or 45 minutes of it. Not that I didn't like it, I think I picked it up during a time when I was working 2 jobs and I was extremely busy, so it was kind of like "You know what? I got a minute and I wanna play a game," and I picked it up, played it for a little bit, and then just never got back to it. Um, New Scholar Revive says, "A psychotic mongoose, tax paid. Please let kings out of the cage now." What are you talking about? What happened? F1 Hatchet gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. That one's so quiet. I should put a sound to that, but I don't know what to put. I'll think of something later. I missed the one-day theatrical run of Red Sonja. Listen, I think Disparu saw it. We're gonna talk. He's gonna talk about it on Saturday. Then me and X-Ray we're gonna watch it, but it was a one-day theatrical run, and it's not coming out for streaming or rental, whatever, until like I think it was August 29th. And I'm like, makes no sense. It's as if they don't want their movie reviewed. But this brew actually made a really good point in our group chat that all the people that are going to review it went to go see it and they're going to review it and people are going to read for the next couple weeks they're going to read reviews on how bad it is. So kind of ruined it there for yourselves, dummies. I know a lot of faith in the film, right? What's up, Soul Assassin Eduardo? I never saw the old one. uh okay, so Naughty Dog. Bleh. Ian, thank you for another 50 pounds. Tom Holland was miscast as Drake, but as much as I hate to say it, Wahlberg was even worse as Sully. Just not just the casting, but the writing. Sully in the game is an older, cheeky Chad. They made him so lame in the film. Yeah, that's what I mean. So if they would have made this movie, um, not Uncharted, I think people might have liked it more. They'd have been like, "Oh, it's just a buddy adventure film with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg." Yeah, so I mean, I know they're supposed to be younger, right? They had him younger Nathan Drake and younger Sully, but I don't know. I agree with you. I think they were both miscast, and I actually really like Mark Wahlberg. I don't hate Tom Holland either. He's not. I don't even think he's like. I don't hate him as Peter Parker, but you guys know where I stand. Okay, my Peter Parker's right there. Okay, it's Toby, and it will always be Toby. He's gonna be the best Peter Parker forever. Just like Christopher Reeve will always be the best Superman. That's how I feel. Film anyways. You guys know I also love Dean Cain, so that's kind of like he's film, he's movie or TV show. Anyways, I agree with Ian though. Definitely was miscast. I'm trying to think like if they wanted somebody younger. Chat. I wanted to hear your thoughts on. I know Nathan Fillion, but like around the time that they did this, Nathan Fillion was still too old to play Nathan Drake. So who do you guys think like a younger man that could have played a younger Nathan Drake that would have done better than Tom Holland? I can't think of anybody right now, but then again, Chris Pratt might have. When did this come out? Because I know Chris Pratt, he's definitely probably younger than Nathan Fillion. Let me see. The Uncharted movie. That was in 2022? Seriously? That was only why does it feel like that was 10 years ago? What did 2020 do to us, man? I don't know what year it is. Um, so I mean, Chris Pratt probably would have gone over better than, him, but he's still too old. 3 years ago, he was still in his 40s. Ian for Dr Ian for Drake. Chaos Maker, you better stop it. Oh, I'm with that one. Glenn Powell. Yeah, I think Glenn Powell would have been a good choice because he's what? He's like what, like 30 maybe? How old is he? Okay, he's 36. So 3 years ago, he'd have been 33. Yeah, I could have seen it. I could have seen that. He would have gone over better than Tom Holland, that's for sure. That was a bad year. Listen, it's been a bad year for movies for this Bruce next Bond girl. Well, he does have the hair flip for it. That's very, very true. uh, but yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna agree with that. Glenn Powell. I think so. I mean, first choice Nathan Fillion when he was younger, like around Firefly days. Oh, they should it would have been so good. Speaking of Glenn Powell, because he was in the movie. So thank you for the segue there. It looks like Top Gun 3 is a priority at Paramount Pictures. So the Hollywood Handle has just been tweeting a bunch of things out like this. Like this, there must be something coming out telling us, like, you know, I'm on board for this because Top Gun Maverick was great. So what I want with Top Gun 3, I want it to be a rooster movie. Right? Because I mean, Maverick's getting older. They can't really I mean, they could have him be so I would look at it like Creed. Not everybody likes these movies, but I really like the Creed movies. I loved the first one. I thought that like there was sadness to it and everything, but as far as like continuing the Rocky franchise but going another route, I thought Creed did a very good job with that. So with Top Gun, I feel like now what they can do because they introduced Rooster enough to make him a character that you really like. Um, and Miles Teller, like fantastic job. Like you felt that that was Goose's son. Like it gave me goosebumps and made me get like teary eyed. It was so good. So I think Top Gun 3 should be more about Rooster, and then they have Maverick in their kind of like past. I feel like maybe he kind of did that in Maverick. Not that he passed the torch, but like, you know what I mean? Like where this one is more focused on Rooster, and Maverick is just kind of like a supporting character. Um, so yeah, I'm on board for it. I think Top Gun 3 will be great. It's not gonna I don't think it's gonna be good as Maverick because there was so much that happened in that just really tugged at your heartstrings, like Iceman and, Val Kilmer, that was his goodbye role, and I don't think he could have had a better goodbye role. Passing away after that just, oh my gosh. He gets promoted to Admiral finally. What's up, MD Shaded or Shahid? I think it's Shahid. Sorry, I almost said Shaded, I'm sorry. Um, Prequel? You think it'd be a prequel? Or you're saying that's what it's gonna be? Can't stand Tom Cruise, the dude, but Maverick was a great movie, not gonna lie. So I think the weird thing about Tom Cruise, right, is that people collectively think that he's odd, right? The whole Scientology stuff and everything, whatever. I'm not gonna get into that. I think I did the last week as well. We talked about that a little bit. Because we talked about how he's dating Anna de Armas now. His movies are good though. He's one of the few like action stars, we'll say, right, that we have left that sticks to good movies and isn't like pushing messages and stuff. So I appreciate that from him, if anything. Uh Steven Johns. Charlie from Top Gun was based on a real woman. I work for the company. Are you serious? I didn't know that, Hokies. That look at that. That's awesome. And it's so sad that she wasn't in this um uh wasn't in Maverick, but the actress went through a lot and she retired. So that's why she wasn't in it. But yeah. Exactly, Karen. He's a great actor in matters personal life. I agree. I've said this a billion times, but I can separate an actor and actress from their personal life if they give us good entertainment. And as long as it's nothing crazy, like no assaults or, anything like that. That's when I can't separate it. But with Tom Cruise, got kind of weird behavior and whatever. Thanks for the good movies. And Jose Taco, I didn't do a review on Demon Hunters on Critic List. I might. So my overall take on it was that it was cute. I didn't think it was like groundbreaking. I know a lot of people really liked it. It's not something that like I would rewatch again and again. Preteen me would have thought that it was great. I liked the story was nice, but I didn't think that it was actually that deep. Um, I would say like if I gave it a review on Criticals probably would give it rad. I didn't think it was bad, but it wasn't like as far as like animes that I've watched over the last couple years, I wouldn't rank it like super high, but it was a good time. I thought it was super cute. What's up, Corey? Yeah, he gives the audience what they want. He's all in. The final Mission Impossible will be able to run to buy and streaming next week. Oh, really? Is Demon Hunters the one they want to do a live action version of now? They might Soul Assassin. They're doing like a see, and I feel like this is where it shows like, and it's okay to like kids movies. A lot of people like them. Like I thought this was fine too, but I feel like this what they're doing right now is like aiming towards kids because they're doing like a sing along thing in theaters. I've seen. I know a lot of adults that like that too, but that's where I say like me, preteen me, like 12-year-old me would have absolutely like just thought this was a great movie. I didn't let me take this off so people don't think that I'm talking about Top Gun. But yeah, I thought it was fine. It was cute. Oh god, there's a Sherlock. Mountain Mutt for $4.99 is my obligatory super. Thank you, Mountain Mutt. Hold on.
If the apocalypse comes, beat me.
I know that's what Mountain Mutt wanted. I need more Buffy clips. What's wrong with me? That's like all I have on here. Who even am I? Sherlock Mazda for 5 says Megatron. Thank you. Here you go.
Be afraid, Starscream! These plants may be dangerous! Where is your courage, Megatron?
Oh. I don't know why I think that clip is so silly. What's up, Andy Masterson? I really liked Weapons too. Yeah, I reviewed it in the beginning of the stream, but I tell everybody that if you like a good thriller, you need to go see Weapons. I'm gonna buy it when it comes out. I want to support it. I like Zach Kreger. Sherlock Moss says, I'm still solving the mystery of my missing shoes, Ian. I'm excited for Netflix Frankenstein. I think that might be pretty good. So, all right. What else do we have here? Oh, listen, if you like, you guys better follow this guy, this channel. If you like, Toby's Spider-Man, because no context, Tobey Maguire is probably like my favorite Twitter page. At least once a week, I probably retweet this like once a week, something from this page. But anyways, I never knew about this. So apparently Spider-Man movies are famous for deleting their best scenes. That's something I didn't know. But we could have had a fight between Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. So in No Way Home, they filmed a fight between them. Like, come on now. How dare they? How dare they take that from us? And I liked this comment. I don't even know these people, but would have overshadowed Tom massively. Seems like Tom's problem. Agreed. So, but listen, like No Way Home, they could have given just as much. I get that it is supposed to be, right? Like it is Tom's Spider-Man that is supposed to have the center stage, and he did. But come on, like, could they have at least given it to us in deleted scenes? I'm upset. They stole it from me, Karma. Yeah, come on now. Like when I seen this, I got so upset. I'm like, please. My favorite villain is Green Goblin, and the reason Green Goblin is my favorite villain in like comics and movies is because of Willem Dafoe's portrayal of him in the movie. And then we could have gotten this. Not enough Sunday. You know what, John Durham? You better chill out with that. They could have cut a lot more out. The only scene that they needed her in was when Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker saves her, because that scene was emotional as heck, man. Like that got me. It got me all teared up. No, I'm not gonna lie. No Way Home is my favorite Marvel movie that's come out in the last, like probably, I don't know. It's been a while. I admit that when I first seen Deadpool and Wolverine, I got excited because it was fun. I had fun with it, and I was like, I might have liked that more than No Way Home. But I was just excited. Okay, don't listen to me when I get too excited. No Way Home is my favorite recent Marvel movie. My favorite is obviously Spider-Man and then Spider-Man 2, like, they're just, like, neck and neck with each other. But they stole this from us. And I'm not gonna forgive them for it. Like, they're like, "You know what? This would be a banger. Delete it." Stupid. But yeah, the only scene Zendaya was needed for was for the Andrew's redemption, and that's it. What are you talking about, Hertz? I don't wanna know. Speaking of comic book stuff, to no surprise at all, because James Gunn is just selecting, the people that did very well, probably, I guess, right? Characters-wise. Actually, no, that's not true, because if he did that, he would have kept Henry probably as Superman and Gal as Wonder Woman. So forget that I just said that. But James Gunn was asked if Margot Robbie will return as Harley Quinn in the DCU. That will be reviewed down the line. I'm just gonna take a wild guess and guess that means yes, she will be returning. I mean, he did Suicide Squad too, so she's already technically in the Gunn universe, right? I know he wasn't in charge at that point, but see, the thing is, I think that Margot Robbie did a great job as Harley Quinn. I have always been a big fan of Harley Quinn, but in the last few years, she has been getting overused. I don't like the cartoon on HBO Max. I liked the first season. They had Alan Tudyk in it. He plays the Joker, and I love almost anything that he's in. He does such a good job. Um, I didn't love that Kaylee Kuko doesn't do the Brooklyn accent because it's like that is Harley Quinn. And to me, I thought that was kind of lazy. Like Margot Robbie, she at least does the Brooklyn accent. To be fair, she had the Brooklyn accent down from Wolf of Wall Street, but she still did it. But even though I kind of have some Harley Quinn fatigue, I would rather her be like Gunn be handling her because she's quirky, weird, and crazy, and he can have fun with her, and it would make sense, right? The David Ayer Suicide Squad could have been so much better than it was, and I will die on this hill because I know people did not like Jared Leto's Joker. He's a method actor, so what he was given, he He would have excelled as a Joker, I think, if the lines were right, if the story was right. I didn't care for the look, but again, that's not the one he picked. That's what the studio was. That's the Joker that they decided to go with. I mean, I have a poster. I had to keep showing it to people at some point because they're like, the Joker doesn't look like that. I like have a poster of, I think it was a newer Harley. And it's like, she's like, I'm done with all of you. It was Neil Adams who did the art for it. And it has all the different Jokers in the back. And that Joker, like, he's like this, the crazy, like, I think people call him the crackhead Joker. But I think that Jared Leto could have done a great, great, great job as the Joker, but the lines, just the writing wasn't there. She even said herself, Margot Robbie, in an interview, that they made magic together. I wanted a Mad Love movie with them two. I know that sounds crazy because people did not like it, and people like Jared just actually. I was just going to bring this up. I don't compare performances because they all played different Jokers. I agree that Heath Ledger did a really great job, but there's also people that think Jack Nicholson was a superior one. But Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, and Jared Leto all portrayed three different versions of the Joker. So I just think that Jared Leto wasn't given the proper writing. Like it just wasn't there. But if he would have been given a good script, it would have been a banger. And I will stay with that. Like that's because he's a method actor. Think what you want of him. People think he's weird, whatever. He's a little weird. I like Jared Leto. I used to really enjoy his music. 30 Seconds to Mars. I've seen them live, and he's got some really good movies. But and he was wasted on the Joker. But Margot Robbie also does a good job as Harley Quinn. So I think keeping her on is good. She's better than Lady Gaga. I didn't watch, that Joker movie. And I never will after getting the spoilers of what happened. But I would absolutely prefer Margot Robbie continue as Harley over Lady Gaga. So let's see. I'm just saying her and James Gunn's hand might work out. So let's see. Birds of Prey was awful. Someone in the chat said that agreed. Oh my god, awful. And there are a lot of characters in there that I liked. Huntress was pretty good. Only good part of that movie. But her role was pretty small. So, yeah. He didn't have a huge part in Fight Club, but noticeable. Exactly. Yeah. He's got some good ones. It was the Dallas Buyers Club, right? Wasn't that the one that he won the was it an Oscar? Something. He won something for that, and it was earned. It was he definitely deserved it. I've never seen Requiem for a Dream because everyone tells me that I will be so depressed and I will just like cry. And I'm like, I don't need that in my life. One day when I'm feeling sad, I'll watch it. But I heard it was fantastic. I had a friend in like my college years who like a bunch of my friends lived together and they had, it was like a dorm, but they had it like their own dorm. And one of them was like a video guy who ended up getting into like recording commercials and stuff. And one of his posters that he had was Requiem for a Dream. He had like all these cool movie posters up, and that was one of them. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Charlie Sheen was the best Joker. All right. So you know what? Since we were just talking about Alan Tudyk, someone asked my favorite role of his. Oh my, that is so tough for me because he's had so many good ones. Um, I hold on. Let me pull this up here for you guys. Let me pull up his list of roles so that we can discuss it because we're about to discuss an interview that he did. You guys probably seen it. It's been making its rounds on X. Movies and TV shows. I'll pull it up in 1 second, guys. Let me just get it up. So, oh yeah, I keep forgetting that he was in Superman, that he was one of the robots. I mean, hold on, where's the IMDb? I'd rather there it is. So, I feel like Firefly is probably a lot of people's favorite. I forgot that I only seen Rogue One once. So, let's see, how come it's not showing? Firefly is definitely up there for me. He does a great job in the Harley Quinn series, but they turn it into, you know, where the men are like bubbling buffoons, right? Like Batman and Clark Kent. It's freaking weird. One that you guys might not think of, 28 Days with Sandra Bullock. I love that movie, and he is freaking hilarious in that movie. Let me see if I can find it. Oh gosh, it's gonna go way down. No, I didn't mean to click on that. Crap. Okay, hold on. I gotta go way down. That came out like early 2000s or maybe even late 90s. Let's see. 28 Days. He is so funny in this movie. Like, I don't want to get a clip for it. He plays this like German gay guy. It's so good. That's up there for me because it used to make me and my mom like cry laughing. Because there's like, okay, so 28 Days is a rehab movie if you've never seen it. So they do these steps in it, right? Where once they're out, they have to do certain things. Like, okay, like if you can keep a plant alive for like 2 months, then think about like doing this, and then you can start dating, like steps before you start dating, right? And there's one scene where him and Sandra Bullock are both out of rehab and they bump into each other. Oh, you get a plant and you got to keep that alive, and then you get a pet, and then like after however many times, that's when you should start dating. And she goes into like a plant shop and she sees him with a dead plant and a dog that looks like super sad. And he's like, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't do the accent because, he's great with accents. Like I said, he was a gay, like German guy. And he's like, I watered it. And he's like all upset. And she's just like giggling, looking at him. And then he looks at her and he's like, he's like, or she sees, he's like walking away. He's like, I'm never going to get laid because he can't finish the steps to start dating. I don't know. You got to watch it. That performance is so funny. It was one of his funniest ones, I got to say. Yeah, what was his name in this? Hold on. Gerhardt. Okay. I know. He should really be like in a movie that he's the lead. He needs more of that. Needs more. Anyway, sorry, I digressed. If you haven't seen 28 Days, I suggest watching it literally just for Alan Tudyk. Like, he's so funny. What? He's been in so much. Like, look at this. Oops. Knocked Up, Dodgeball. I remember Dodgeball. Patch Adams. He was in Patch Adams? I haven't watched that in so long. Hmm. Anyways. So, yeah, I'd have to say Firefly and then probably 28 Days. It's been a while. I, Robot, I think I remember seeing that, like, when it first came out, but I would have to watch it again. He was Steve the Pirate in Dodgeball. I liked him in the short-lived show Powerless. Yeah, he's great. He deserves more. I mean, he gets a lot of love. People love him, but I agree that he needs to be like the lead character in more stuff because he's so talented. It's like Hollywood's afraid to do it for some reason. Okay, so this was a podcast that he did, and he's talking about iRobot in this.
You mentioned iRobot. So a lot of people didn't know I did Sonny the Robot on iRobot. And there's a reason
I
for
didn't,
that.
actually.
Because they were doing test audiences with the movie. And they score the characters in this kind of test audience. And I got word back. Alan, you're testing higher than
Will Smith.
Nice.
It's about to slap you.
And then I was gone. I was done. There was no publicity, and my name was not mentioned. They wanted to.
That's what you get.
Yeah. And I was so shocked. I was like, but wait, how do they? Nobody's going to know that and they're like,
That's sad. That was such a good performance too.
It was, yeah. I put a lot into it because he had to move like a robot, so I had to move. It was very, it was whatever it was at the time. I was very upset.
That's messed up. Like, what is Hollywood's thinking? Like, this guy's testing great with the audiences. Make sure you don't credit him because, Will Smith's upset. That's so dumb. Like, how about, you know what? This guy's doing great. Let's put him in more stuff. Let's make money. I don't know. I'm just a girl on the internet. I feel like he handled it pretty well. I would have been livid, but it seems like he handled it with class. Yeah. That just makes no sense because you know what? Especially at that time, Will Smith was still loved. Hello. He was still loved, right? So I don't think it would have hurt his career. It just would have helped boost Alan's career. So that's just, man, that's petty stuff. You see that all the time, especially with Hollywood, internet, all that. Like, people get very petty. They don't. It's so one of my it was from A Bronx Tale, I think. It's Robert De Niro, where he says to the kid, they want to see you do well, but they want to see you do good, but not better than them. Hold on. That's something that's always stuck with me because finding like to have genuine people, and this is for everyone, not just like the internet or like Hollywood, but I guess internet can go in with it too. It was A Bronx Tale, right? I think it was. Trying to make sure I read it. I think I said it right. Why isn't it? Here it is. It's right here. I've shared this a couple times too. It's very, very true though, and it's sad. So like when you find somebody, friend, family that's like hardcore in your circle and they actually want to see you do well, don't let that person go because this is so true. People want to see you do well, just not better than them. And he goes, remember that. And since I've always that's stuck with me for a very long time. But that's what I mean. Like, Alan Tudyk has probably been like shoved to the side and been a side character so many times because like the bigger stars see him shining and they're like, you can't be brighter than me. And that's very sad. Ian for 50 says, if you haven't seen A Knight's Tale with Tudyk as Chancer, now there's no Chaucer? So it seems a bit more right. You need to. I hate period pieces with modern music, but that is one movie that pulls it off. And Tudyk is great with a believable British accent, unlike Disparu. So I don't think I've seen A Knight's Tale. With Heath Ledger, right? I may have like so. There's a lot of these movies that like my mom rented and like watched back when I was younger, and I seen them or seen parts of them, but I don't remember it. So like rewatching as an adult now is great. So that's one. Let me see where it's available. 2001, yeah, yeah. Because my mom rented a lot of movies back then. Oh, it's on Prime. I can rent it. I don't mind renting. Oh, I've seen parts of this. I'm looking at it. I remember that girl's hair. That stands out to me. That was very 2001 hair. Oh, okay. All right. Let me take a screenshot so I don't forget. And Ian can yell at me on Saturday if I forgot and didn't watch it. You got to see it. It's fun. Okay. It's on the list. I've been oh, it's free on YouTube. Okay. Well, there you go. Thank you, Ian, for the recommendation. I've been trying to like at the end of the night because I get so busy. I do other things, which I'm sorry that the streams have been a little less lately. But I do other things besides YouTube, and life has just gotten so busy. Work, and I do a course that I don't talk about because I like to keep it just like private, but school course that I'm trying so hard to finish, and just life gets a bit crazy. So I try to at the end of the night either read something or just watch a show or watch a movie to unwind to give myself like that time to chill out a little bit because I'm always just going. So A Knight's Tale's on the list. Yeah, it's on the list. Thank you. Uh-oh. Corey has been a member for 26 months, over 2 years. Thank you, Corey. Hey, Wicked. My favorite teacher back in school was Mrs. Turtle. She had a funny name, but she taught us well. Okay. All right, Corey. Here. Is this what you want? Someday, Corey. One day I'm just gonna come out of nowhere and be like, I watched the entire series, and you guys are gonna be like, oh, I have it. Wiley sent it to me, so I have it. Okay. Where am I now? Let's get this topic because I mean it's in the title, right? So let's talk about it. You guys are probably going to be a bit everyone's surprised by my reaction to this. So because it's been in the talks, like you know how things work with like, oh, this is going to happen and this is going to happen. And we're like, yeah, sure, I'll believe it when I see it type stuff. Johnny Depp has spoken to Jerry Bruckheimer about Jack Sparrow's potential return in Pirates of the Caribbean 6, the producer says. If Johnny likes the way the part's written, I think he would do it. It's all about what's on the page, as we all know, and I'm sure money helps too. Bruckheimer told Entertainment Weekly, we are still working on a screenplay. We want to make it. We just got to get the right screenplay. We haven't quite gotten there yet, but we're close. So, initially, my thoughts on this. We'll start with, do I think Johnny Depp would return? Yeah. So many people are like, no, they did him so wrong. He loved the character, and he named his son Jack. So, he loves this character. I would go out and say that on a limb here and say that Jack Sparrow is probably his favorite character he's ever portrayed. A lot of people were saying, like, there's no way he's listen, for the right payday, he's coming back. All right. Money talks. So I would hope that, good writing is a factor as well. I would think so, but I don't know. I don't really want it. I'm gonna say that, and that's what people is gonna confuse you guys because of how much I love Johnny Depp and I love pirates and the pirate movies. I didn't like the last one. I didn't think it was really good. It felt like the other entries, they had heart, the story was good, and it made you want more, but I didn't walk away from the last movie feeling that way. It felt like they were like, "Okay, here's another Pirates movie. Don't worry, Jack Sparrow's here." Like to get people to sit and watch it. That's how I felt. I didn't love it. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but it was absolutely the worst out of all the pirate movies. I didn't like it. So with that being said, I'm like, what are they gonna do now? I think Elizabeth and Will would probably return because I know Orlando Bloom has also talked about how he would come back. So maybe if they got all of them back together and did something else, but it's like, what else are they going to do? They've done so many adventures. Johnny Depp is getting up there in age. So are the rest of them. I agree with that, Jonah Hex. It wasn't great, but I appreciated the daughter Barbosa scene. I 100% agree with that. I totally agree with that. But yeah, everyone they're all getting like older. Even Elizabeth and Will have got like they look like fine, whatever. They're not old, right? But they're getting up there. They were like young and hot when the movies first started, and I don't know. Not that matters. I don't care how they look. If they give me a good story, whatever. I think they told all the pirate stories from this that they need to tell. As much as I don't want to say that I want them to stop with it, the way Hollywood goes and they just don't let franchises end. They beat them to death and resurrect them, and they turn into these just like zombie movies, and it's the way I'll describe it. Like they bring stuff back that doesn't need to come back. And that's kind of how I feel about pirates. Will I go see it? Absolutely. If Johnny Depp's in it, if Johnny Depp's not in it, that was a rumor, Stephen John, that I'm pretty sure it's not happening. I heard that years ago, and then the last I heard of it was that it wasn't happening. I kind of hope not. I like Margot Robbie, but I don't want an all-female Pirates of the Caribbean. We've seen what happened to Ghostbusters. So, but here's the article. Let's check this out for a second. So, I mean, it all got summed up in that tweet, I think. So let's just go a little further here and see. Depp headlined 5 pirate movies from 2003 to 2017, all of which grossed more than $650 million at the worldwide box office. 2006 Dead Man's Chest and 2011's On Stranger Tides both topped the $1 billion mark. His future with the Disney-backed series has been a question mark following his legal troubles in his 2022 libel trail, oh my God, against Amber Heard, with Depp now mounting a Hollywood comeback with the Lionsgate action thriller Day Drinker. I didn't hear about that. Day Drinker. Maybe I did. I don't know. Some things just kind of all blend together in my head these days. It's only more speculation over whether Disney would welcome him back and vice versa. With Depp front and center, the Pirates movies have collectively grossed $4.5 billion. I think they would welcome him back. I just don't I don't know. I think it's going to rely very heavily on how much they're paying him. I wonder if he would ask for an apology because they fired him. So, or didn't continue whatever it was they were going to do because of that stupid case with Amber Heard. So the road to new Pirates movies have been a long one. Variety reported in summer 2020 that Disney was in early development on 2 Pirates movies, a reboot led by Margot Robbie in 6th film, the original franchise written by Craig Mazin and Ted Elliott, the latter of whom co-wrote the first 4 pirate movies. Robbie ended up telling Vanity Fair in November 2022 that Disney was not interested in her, more of a female-led movie, although Bruckheimer downplayed the claim by later telling EW there's still room for both Pirates movies to exist, and I think Disney agrees they really want to make the Margot one too. So I guess maybe that's, I don't know. As for the other Pirates movies, Bruckheimer told EW Entertainment Weekly last summer that screenwriter Jeff Nathanson had boarded the project. Nathanson wrote the script for the last Pirates movie, 2017's Dead Men Tell No Tales. He cracked it, Bruckheimer said at the time of Nathanson's script. He's got an amazing third act. We just got to clean up the first and second, and then we'll get there. But he wrote a great, great third act. Whether or not Nathanson's script is a new draft or Mason's is an entirely original screenplay remains to be seen. Masons told the Los Angeles Times last year that his script for Pirates 6 was so weird he was surprised Disney signed off on it, adding, surprised Disney signed off on it, please. We pitched it and thought there's no way they're buying it. It's too weird. And they did. And then we wrote a fantastic script and the strike happened and everyone's waiting around. Yeah, the strike happened and they also probably didn't have Jack Sparrow in it because of the whole Amber Heard situation. Bruckheimer also said last summer that he would be open to bringing Depp back for the Nathanson penned movie, explaining it's a reboot. But if it was up to me, Johnny would be in it. I love him. He's a good friend. He's an amazing artist, and he has a unique look. He created Captain Jack. That was not on the page. That was him doing a little Pepe Le Pew and Keith Richards. That was his interpretation of Jack Sparrow. Okay, so they're doing a reboot, which, again, like, come on. I think if you're gonna reboot something, it's got to be at least like, I want to say, don't even bother until the last part of it, right? Like, the Pirates films, like the last film or last season, if it's a show, it's been over 10 years. Like, I would say 15, 20 years. If you're going to reboot, like, I find it insane that they want to reboot stuff that hasn't even been done for like 10 years. They're talking about doing it with Supernatural. That's showing on for what, like 20 seasons, and it just ended a few years ago, and they already want to reboot it. Like, they're so out of ideas. It's nuts. They need to do a whole like revamp of Hollywood right now. Like, there's definitely people out there that have stories to tell. They just don't want to tell them. Yeah, that too. Harry Potter. I mean, it's been I'm not into the Harry Potter stuff, but I know like it hasn't been that long since they did the last movie. It's ridiculous. You're talking about Master and Commander. Great movie. Great movie. We talked about that one on History of Pirates, actually. So if you missed that stream, go over there and check it out. Wasn't Kira 16 in the first movie? Let's see. How old was Kira? 17. So close. Wow, yeah. So she's still pretty young, but I mean, like, that was like, you look at that, like how I know that they say a lot of years have passed, right? So it works, but you think of like Stranger Things where the kids were like freaking 9 years old and now they're like 20. Like that, you can really tell. What do we got here? Michael Doberman for Canadian 2. The other show everyone should watch is Hannibal. I've heard that's a very good show. I think I may have watched maybe the first episode, or I might have just seen clips like a long time ago, because I think that's Showtime, right? Like, you get to pay to watch that one. If I'm correct. Yeah, I think it's Showtime. I've heard good things about that show. AP, thank you for the 5. I keep trying to start exercising, but it just isn't working out. AP, it's a good one. Millie Bobby Brown is 50. Well, her makeup artist sure likes to make her look that way, unfortunately. It's so odd. It's so odd. Like, I seen like Jenna Ortega. We were just talking about how she looked and stuff on Saucy. And it's sorry. It's just weird because it was like all makeup. And I recently saw like another like I don't think it was like a red carpet of her, but she looked fine. Like, she didn't look quite as like, it's just the way that like they dyed her eyebrows, and then like the way they contoured her to make it look like she got that buccal fat removal thing. I don't think she did. I think that it actually was just like a contour, but it's like, I mean, that's better than getting it done because you can wipe it off, but I don't know. I don't get it. Dan says Ortega is looking like an alien demon. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's just makeup. I don't think she got the buccal fat removal. I hope not. I don't understand these young girls in Hollywood getting work done. Like, it makes absolutely no sense to me. Like, I mean, look at the Jenners and like the Kardashians getting fillers and stuff when they're like 17, 18, like their mom, but look at their mom signing off on that stuff. It's like, it doesn't make sense. Like I said, she right now, like the looks that Jenna Ortega has been doing, it makes her look androgynous, and that doesn't work for her. It doesn't really work for women, to be honest. Like, I think one of the only people that, off the top of my head, I can say that pulled that off was David Bowie, but he was a rock star, and it was just his vibe, right? He did the androgynous look, and it worked, but not for Jenna Ortega. Stop bleaching your eyebrows and stop contouring and making yourself look like I can't even do it. Weird. Cajun Corey for 5. Which country is filled with very bad singers? Singapore. Corey. Thank you for the dad joke. Hi, Blue-Eyed Scorpio. Sorry. You guys are making me laugh. All right. So in other news, I saw this and now you guys have to. And I'm not sorry. Just let this sink in for a second. Let me zoom in so you guys can see it. This is where we're at now, 2025. Adult-sized pacifiers priced up to $70 are growing in popularity in China as a way to relieve stress and anxiety. Some shops claim they sell over $2,000 a month. Somewhere, there's a baby that needs a binky and some adult has it. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I saw this and I was like, dude, go play a video game. Go get a fidget spinner. I have like this. I have this thing here that I use. It's not a fidget spinner, but it's like if I'm sitting here streaming for a while and I need to like release some energy, right? Because I'm a very fidgety person. I'm always walking around and doing stuff. If I ever saw an adult walking around with a pacifier, I don't know what I would do. Karen says like taking candy from a baby. Like, could you? Yeah. Not in China. They have terrible birth right now. Well, that's super sad. Also, hello, Janky. But yeah, this is where we are right now. I mean, it's China. I don't know if it's going to happen in America. Dan, if you're still here, you're going to have to let us know if Brazil people are walking around binkies, because I'm curious. Don't go to San Francisco. I don't plan on it, Vegas, Matt, which makes me very sad because when I was a teenager and younger, like, preteen, I always wanted to move to San Francisco because it seemed so, cool. And then over the last like 10 years, 15 years, whatever, I don't know when it started because I didn't pay that close attention. I just thought that, well, like San Francisco in the 90s looked beautiful, right? And then you look at it now, I hear people like going there on vacation and there's just like bags of poop everywhere and stuff. It's so yeah. Apparently shops sell over 2,000 binkies a month in China to adults. And Jonah Hex says, I've already seen it in the States. Ugh. Brazilians just suck on bananas. Listen, that's better than the binky, okay? There's health benefits. There's health benefits to bananas, okay? I remember like for like Halloween, there was like a year or two where like, teens would dress up like babies for Halloween. But like, as people actually freaking, I'm not surprised by it. It's just sad that this is where society is going right now. Like, you get stressed, go for a walk. Probably because I know. So I used to work at a daycare, and there were parents that like did not want their kid to ever have binkies, so they didn't let the babies have binkies. They had them like self-soothe other ways, which is honestly probably better, because once their teeth start growing in, like same thing if they like suck on their thumbs, they could get like a bad space between their teeth. Some kids get that anyways, and they grow out of it like after the baby teeth fall out. But like to prevent it, yeah, and because it's a habit. What's up, Escapo? Escape was we visit my gran in San Francisco every year until she passed in 2016, and it was practically hell on earth even then. I hate to see it now. That's so sad. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, Karen, they do. They wreck people's teeth. I had a friend in high school who, like, her mom just like completely outed her and said that she used to suck on her thumb until she was like 6 or something, but she had like her one tooth just like stuck out. She eventually got it fixed, but it was like really bad. Like the one tooth really stuck out. And this was her, like, teeth after being, after her baby teeth fell out. So yeah. I love how that's where this conversation just went. Like we were talking about binkies and freaking whatever. So, anime fans, got some good news for you guys. After gutting its Cartoon Network catalog, HBO Max has struck a new deal to pick up a spread of anime films. Interesting. Let's take a look at the article. Let's see if it says HBO Max. Yes, it's back to the original name. I don't understand. Side note, HBO is a big brand, been popular for years. Why did they remove HBO from their name? Like when it was just Max, that's so stupid. You should be proud of your name, right? Like, especially when you're such a big company. That'd be like, not saying Disney should be proud of anything right now, but just as an example, because Disney's such a big company. Like, imagine if they took Disney away and it was named something else. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? Like I never got that with HBO because it used to be like the richer kids are the ones that used to have HBO, right? Like I remember friends that had like the HBO Family, the HBO it was like sports. I don't know. Do you remember? Like they probably still have it. I haven't had cable or even like really looked at like full cable in a long time, like where people had all the channels, but there was like 5 different HBO channels, like the comedy, family, whatever. So like it used to be a big deal. So HBO Max is picking up 20 animated and live action movies from G Kids. Oh, I don't know what that is. I'm not a big anime expert though. Several movies are making their way to Warner Brothers' own service in just several weeks. On September 1st, HBO Max is getting the following. Children, I should actually keep this bookmark for Disparu. Children Who Chase Lost Voices, Fireworks, Fortune Favors Lady Nikitu. Ghost Cat Anzu, Lonely Castle in the Mirror, Love and Pop, The Place Promised in Our Early Days, and Your Name. Oh, I know this one. Hold on. Your Name, anime. Hold on. I'm on Brave. This was really good. I remember watching this one. So is there an overview? 2 teenagers share a profound magical connection upon discovering they are swapping bodies. Things manage to become even more complicated when the boy and girl decide to meet in person. I watched this. When did I watch this? This was in 2016. It was probably around then. I should give it a rewatch. It's like romance. So, if you're not into romance animes, you might not be into this. But the girlies that are into that, I think you would like it. This was really good. It is on Crunchyroll, so that's probably where I watched it. So I do know some anime. I always say like, oh, I don't really know, but there's quite a few because I have friends that give me recommendations and stuff. So yeah, I mean that's good. I'm kind of, the kid in me is kind of sad that Cartoon Network got rid of Cartoon Network, but I didn't watch it. So I mean, if they're trying to lean more towards like adult content, oh, I didn't copy and paste it. I highlighted it and searched it to make it easier than having to type it in. Just a faster way to do it. But I guess that makes sense. If it's HBO, I mean, I remember as a kid, like you weren't allowed to watch HBO like without your parents' permission because a lot of the stuff on there was like, oh my gosh, what was that taxi show called? I wasn't allowed to watch it, but I remember me and my cousin trying to like sneak because it's like when you're a kid and you're told you can't watch something, you want to see what it's about, right? It was weird. It was like the Taxi Confessions or something. Taxi Cab Confessions. Was that it? Someone might know. Stuff like that. That's what you like. HBO used to be very like R-rated. So yeah, I can understand why maybe they are trying to go back on that route. I don't know. Side note, talking about anime, has anybody here watched Go Go Loser Ranger? I started watching it. It's actually not that bad. I thought it was going to be super silly, but I started watching it on Hulu because I have Hulu again, and I'm just kind of browsing to see. I watched like 1 or 2, I think 2 episodes of it. It's basically it's like a take like how The Boys is, it's superheroes, but if they are like not good people, that's kind of what it is. Like the Power Rangers in this aren't very good. And like the putties, there are different I forget what they're called, but they're kind of like the putties, and they regenerate, and it's like they put on a show. The Power Rangers like took over their like area, right? The monsters, and they make them put on a show. It's interesting. I'll keep watching, let you guys know. Cash Cab. What's Cash Cab? It changed due to the Discovery CEO taking over, and when he did now he's the HBO Max CEO. Oh, well, that makes sense. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll let you guys know. It's called Go Go Loser Rangers, and it's kind of silly, but it's not too bad of a story. A lot of anime is silly. I would say it's worth a watch, but when I finish it, I'll let you guys know like if it's really worth a watch, Ian, thank you for another 50. My goodness. I wasn't even given pacifiers as a baby because first it's a pacifier, next it's the government. Ian, you might be being serious, but either way, that's really funny. That's good. I'm glad. I'm very glad. Pacifiers aren't good for you, so good on your parents. That sounds like some like tinfoil hat thing like you'd see. I don't know, like some like Alex Jones saying that like I wasn't given a pacifier. I'm sorry. That's where I went with that. But oh my gosh. All right. So it's getting to that time, guys. Mike Wilson Art's been a member for 11 months, almost a year. Hey yo, what's up, Mike Wilson Art? Thank you so much for being a member. I'm starting to lose my voice. I have been going nonstop since 6 this morning. I need to rest up. It's probably for the best that Capable Gentleman and I had to cancel our gaming tonight. He's busy doing stuff, and I've had such a crazy day that I would have been just exhausted by the time we would have done our gaming stream. So I'm gonna send you guys over to Jay. He's playing games. I'm probably never gonna get the Green Ranger and play Fortnite with them. I'm not great at Fortnite. I don't play enough. So, but yeah, I think they're playing the Power Ranger thing. So go check them out. I'm going to be okay. So tomorrow I'm going to be on Side Scrollers at noon, and I'm going to try to throw in a gaming stream at like 9:30, 10 a.m. Just like a chill little morning stream. If you guys are interested, just gaming. And then I am probably playing Sea of Thieves later tomorrow night. So look out for that. And then as always, Saucy Saturdays this Saturday, and we have a guest. You guys are awesome. I'm going to go say hi to Jay and enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Bye.